Yeah, let me get it.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wrestling with Savage. This is episode 36. We're fucking up right off the gate. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw, which took place on June 6, 2022 from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the Resch Center. On commentary, you had stupid Jimmy Smith, Corey Graves, like he looks like he's a member of the fucking Judgment Day, just waiting to be joined any day now with his leather gear and all this, dark gear he's wearing. Byron Saxton, another bum. Bring back the King. Bring back somebody. Even Michael Cole's better than this shit. Shit is fucking brutal. Commentary's all-time low for me on Monday Night Raw. Graves is the only thing holding this thing together. Saxton's played out. Then, now, forever, the video leads us into the show. We get a video recap of Hell in the Cell between Seth and Cody. And, of course, everybody was talking about this in the whole wrestling world. He competed with a completely torn right pectoral tendon in an all-time great performance. Rhodes defeated Rollins for the third time. We go live into the arena. The Judgment Day will welcome a new member later tonight. We'll also see Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Doudrop, and Alexa Bliss will also battle in a fatal four-way to determine Bianca Belair's next challenger for the Women's Championship. Street Profits will also battle undisputed tag team champions, the Usos, in a championship contenders match. Cody Rhodes makes his way to the ring to a huge ovation, and we're going to kick it off to Jay. Jay, what did you think of the opening promo? Because we want to know if anybody is still watching this and you just came from our Hell in the Cell show. You know that Jay had a few choice words for the Cody Rhodes situation and the Cody Rhodes match. So Jay, what did you think of the Cody Rhodes post-Raw program?
Well, everybody knows where I stand between respect as performance and a wrestling match, especially the one with Cody. Not going to get into the recap. If you missed it, just check us out. Hit the like button down below. But I'm going to go into what happened in the promo. Once again, we just seen a shoot promo last week. We just seen it right here. This was a promo and a shoot promo at the same time. This was great. It was real emotion shown. When Seth came out, all that was true. I believed it. I'm pretty sure he believed it. We saw them have some words when Seth grabbed him in the ear and said some things. That's all legit. If we expected that this was going to be right off the sunset, Seth, you're wrong. I expected to turn. I was just waiting for it, and it happened. The sledgehammer was a nice touch because he tweeted that a few seconds after that saying for the love of the game. I thought that was a nice picture, and that was a nice tweet. Shout out to Triple H, one of the greatest of all time. Overall, this was a really great promo, shoot promo. I really felt it. Tony really put tears out there. I really felt it as a true wrestling fan. I'm sure you guys too. This is definitely a 5 stars.
Dave, what do you say?
Well, I would say I'm kind of surprised that they gave it that rating after that rant just a little while ago. But I mean, what can you say? Realism always brings better stories, and it has real life in it. It has his real injury. Now he has to figure out how he's gonna do. Only thing I didn't like that he mentioned what is it, the briefcase, whatever, I forgot the name of it now. Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like maybe he should have mentioned it because he's not even sure if he could even show up for it, so why mention it? But the interaction with Seth, it was expected, but I was actually thinking that they were gonna make Seth turn into the face and take over for Cody while he recuperates. So I was kind of like, surprised with the whole turn. I wasn't sure what they were gonna do because the way he came out, it wasn't like he would. It didn't feel like he was turning, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting him to return and hit him with the sledgehammer and all that. One thing that I did really wanted to know is why did he come from the back? You know, nobody stopped him. He just went back and then got the sledgehammer, came back. Like, I didn't like that. Like, it didn't make sense to me. I thought somebody back there would have seen him, but like, no, they'll do it, you know. I don't know. That's just my weird take on it. But besides that, I thought it was a great promo. It was personal. You feel it. You understand why. So I give it a 5. One thing I did want to mention from the Hell in a Cell that it just reminded me because you said Triple H and all that. How'd you guys feel of Cody doing the pedigree instead of Seth doing the pedigree?
I was totally okay with it.
I thought it was funny.
I was fine with it.
It was.
Well,
it's acceptable.
It's not 'cause it's one of his favorite wrestlers, right? He said it, so it's nothing new.
All he's doing is doing what Triple H did. The only difference is Triple H did it he injured himself during the match. He still finished the match.
And he's a fan.
Yeah.
And he's a fan, so.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, the promo was good. Came off really strong. I love the shot at the camera showed the 2 money banks hanging up above the ring. And he said that Money in the Bank contract has eluded him throughout his whole career. You know, but at the end of the day, Cody, he wants to stay relevant. So I feel like that whole, you know, shot with the camera, that's just to keep people talking. Whether he's going to be in the match or not be in the match, people will sure shit be talking about it for the next 4, 6, whatever weeks it is. Is he going to be in the match? He's not going to be in the match? Just like we were doing right now. We're all speculating. And I'm pretty sure we all think that, you know, he's not going to be in the match. He shouldn't be in the match. He's going to have surgery. He's not going to be able to recover in 6 weeks. And if he is in the match, then that's just fucking crazy. That's even crazier than the first time, in my opinion. You know, that's post-surgery. You're taking a risk. Why would you want to rip it again? Let it heal. So there's going to be a lot of debate over the next couple of weeks whether he is going to have the match, whether he should have the match. I don't know. Seth Rollins, I expected him to come on and do that again because after what we've seen from Seth Rollins time and time again, he's obviously fully committed to being the bad guy right now. He wants to be the bad guy. He doesn't want to be liked. He wants to get fucking booed and then be able to turn those boos into a symphony at any point he wants, which Seth can always do, which is crazy. I think if he would have went back in the ring and started doing this, people probably would have fucking cheered. Even after fucking trying to attack poor Cody Rhodes. Because the crowd got pretty pissed when he attacked Cody. The crowd was livid. They were booing the shit out of him. Obviously, in real life, Cody and Seth are probably fantastic friends. And probably have an immense amount of respect for each other. And the fact that we saw that kind of tells me that. Like, they're good friends, man. You're not going to trust somebody to come attack your injured fucking pectoral muscle unless you trust them. So I think you trust them. I don't give the promo a 5-star because I give it a 4.5 again. Just because it's more of the same. This time it's turning into like a sob story. Like the guy's getting hurt now, coming out. You know, I want to be here. Blah, blah. I'm still gonna be Mr. Money in the Bank. Yeah, it's real. It's real. But I feel like he shouldn't even been on TV tonight. At all.
I knew he was gonna be on TV.
I would have just went. You just had a sick match. You had a memorable fucking moment. Everybody's talking about you already. There's no need. Go have your surgery. Come back perfect. Don't let anybody see you.
This is exactly what I said in the last episode. This is not a setback. This is just a perfect piece to the big puzzle of him winning the title. This just add more. He's getting more over now just because of all this. When he
it was still a fantastic promo. It was still a fantastic promo.
More over than he came when he came back to WrestleMania. I'm telling you right now.
I didn't feel the 5-star from this one. 4.5. It was a good promo.
More over.
Jay's right. It's definitely going to add more to the story, and we're going to see where it goes from here. Like I said, people are going to be talking about this for a long fucking time. The question is if Cody's going to be on the shelf for 4 to 6 months. The only question I have is what direction do you think Rollins should go in? And who is he going to fight now that Cody's gone? That's what I think. Jay, do you have any ideas, speculation? What kind of program he's going to get into for 4 to 6 months?
You say that. If you asked me 3 months ago, I have an answer for you, but can't have an answer for you. It's a riddle, right? Because now they having people from Raw going to SmackDown and SmackDown going to Raw. So I don't even know what to expect, but he needs to fight somebody top tier. If I were to call it, it's got to be an AJ Styles or a Drew McIntyre type of person.
How about you, Dave? What do you want to see from Rollins?
I don't know, really. Like, I think the AJ Styles sounds like a good idea because now he probably doesn't have any real direction now with what happens later on, which we'll talk later on about.
Yeah.
But that actually sounds good. I think maybe that'll probably be someone who can be next. You know, have they feuded in the past? I think they have already in the past.
Yeah, of course.
It's been a while,
absolutely. Yeah, it's been a while. Either way, they put on some nice bangers. I'd like to see him work with just some new talent. I'd like to see him have a match with Austin Theory. I'd like to see him have a match with Ezekiel. I'd like to see him just have matches, just to have matches. Just like in AEW, they have matches to have matches, and there's records and this and that. There's no real storyline to some of these matches. It's just a match to have a match. This guy's going to beat this guy, and we're going to have a match. You know what I mean? I want to see some just matches. I'd like to just see Seth Rollins wrestle, bring back some Monday Night Rollins, maybe an open challenge, whatever, anything, something different. Have him wrestle. Give me more Rollins wrestling. That's what I would like to see. After this, Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring. She looks dejected and is not emoting. She will now face Dana Brooke. Video package from Bianca Belair successfully defended her Raw Women's Championship against Becky Lynch and Asuka last night at Hell in a Cell. Obviously not last night, you know what I mean. Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke. The bell rings and Lynch immediately attacks Brooke. 24/7 champion Akira Tozawa runs down, chased by the 24/7 goons. Tozawa gets in the ring and Brooke rolls him up to win the title. Lynch says no one is winning the title in her matches except for her. Lynch says Brooke is going to put the title on the line against her now. If any of the 24/7 people interfere, she'll smash their faces in. We go to commercial break. Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke. The bell rings. This match sucks. Dana Brooke wins. Great. She's the champion. So now what we're doing is having Dana Brooke beat Becky Lynch. Is that what's happening?
The downfall of Becky Lynch.
I'm surprised you're even talking about this. I really am.
Do you guys even want to? I didn't grade this, by the way, at all. This is a 0 star, no
this.
stars, right?
I don't rate it.
All right, next. Obviously, Dana Brooke is the winner and still your WWE 24/7 champion. After this, we get a video commercial of John Cena, who will return to Monday Night Raw on June 24th from Laredo, Texas. Cena will celebrate the 20-year anniversary of his debut. Now, we can either really get into this now, or we can save this for maybe next week, because he's not coming back anytime soon. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean,
because I have questions about Cena, but
I'm not.
It's a conversation. I don't want to get into it.
I'm just looking forward to it. I'm not having high expectations. Just looking forward to it.
All right. After this, The Miz and Maurice make their way to the ring. Miz TV will have a Riddle as a guest next week. Commercial break. Miz and Maurice are in the ring. Miz is wearing a tuxedo. Miz puts over his wife, Maurice, before talking about Money in the Bank contract. The winner has blah. Same shit we've seen from The Miz for how many years now? 10 years. He's going to come out, talk shit about a briefcase. He's not going to fucking win. Riddle interrupts them. Riddle speaks horrible French to Maurice. Blah, blah, blah. Commercial break. They have a match. Miz is fucking wearing his tuxedo during the match. I didn't give a shit about the match last night at all. I honestly didn't really pay attention. I was watching it, but not watching it because it's just fucking pointless. Why are we putting these two together? How does Riddle go from doing all this crazy shit and now he's fighting The Miz in a tuxedo on Monday Night Raw? Dave, what did you think of this piece of shit?
It's a gimmicky thing, you know. It had its funny moments during the whole little Miz TV bullshit, but it led up to them having a match, and if you call it a match, I don't know what that is. Call it a match. What we have is more stealing moves from Randy Orton, more power slams, more DDTs. Like, come on, I'm fucking sick of it. Like I told you, I hate it. I hate that he does all of Randy's moves. It's like we're over it. Randy's out now. Let him rest. Let us. You know how they say I forgot the exact saying, but you know how like you don't see it for a while, you kind of like miss it. I forgot the exact phrase, but let Randy rest and let us not know nothing about Randy. Let him return and let us see him do his stuff when he comes back. No, so that kills me already. I don't know if you want to grade it. Do you want to really grade this?
No.
I don't deem it as gradable.
I'm gonna give it a 1 star, but I'm not giving it a 1 star just for Riddle. I think you guys missed the bigger picture. I guess you guys missed that the match happened is because Ciampa hit Riddle from behind and then did the knee strike to the face. I thought.
Yeah,
that was
I actually saw that, but I didn't even want to include that in the thing because it's useless.
Because it just moved on after that. Though.
It made no sense. It made no fucking sense. It made no sense. What are they doing to Ciampa?
He came out, hit him, and then he walked away, and then
shit
the match
is
happened.
so stupid.
It's like it didn't do nothing for him.
Man, we joined this match in progress. Miz was competing in a tuxedo. Riddle makes a comeback and hits a Randy Orton power slam. Then Riddle connects with a stupid draping Riddle fucking DDT. Randy Orton DDT. He drops down, stalks the Miz, copies Randy again. Miz avoids an RKO, gets out of the ring. Miz pulls Miz out of the way. We get a kick from the apron. Miz runs away, but Riddle catches him and rips his pants off. This was probably the only good segment of the match. You know, he tries to embarrass the Miz. But it's not really embarrassing because the Miz competes in his underwear anyway. So who gives a shit? Miz is slipping and falling in his underwear. We get a tiny balls chant. Miz grabs Maurice's loaded purse and swings, but Riddle ducks it, and Riddle hits an RKO for the win, copying Randy again. If I had to grade it, I'm giving it a 0.5 star. It's worthless.
1 for Ciampa.
Who?
For Ciampa, 1 star
Who?
for Ciampa.
I give it donut.
Who? After what they've done to Ciampa the last couple of weeks, that's his new name. His name is Who? Who?
I like
Who?
It made no sense because Ciampa came out, did that. Then now Miz is like, oh, let's wrestle, only to get his ass whooped anyway. So it's
Shit
like,
was
what good
fucking
did it do?
caca. Fucking caca. After this, we get a video package with WWE NXT 2.0 in your house, followed by a championship contenders match. The Street Profits, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins versus the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso. The winners by countout were the Street Profits. And I gave no shits about this match. I might rate it. I don't know. Dave, what did you think of this match? Or do you have any thoughts on this match?
I was very disappointed by it because I actually
Sounds about
like
right.
the Prophet. I actually like the Prophets. And I don't like the idea of the whole wrestling the champions to become the contender. It just doesn't make sense. Dumb. But that alone already gave it didn't deem it a grade, and then to win at a count out, it was just bad. I didn't like it.
I agree. Jay, are you grading this, Dave?
I give it 0.5 star.
Same thing, 0.5 star.
0.5 star.
Yeah. Spinebuster Ford did that high,
all right.
high frog splash, so 0.5 star just for that.
So if you add up all our stars, this match is a 1.5 piece of shit. I'm giving it 0.5 star too.
Let's give it a fact. It's a 0.5 star because let's face it, there's no other tag team. It's been dumb with Riddle and Randy Orton for the last.
It's just dumb. I'm tired of
6 months.
seeing the Usos
There's
anyway. Their time is up. Roman's
else.
time is up. It's time for a fucking change. I've seen it. I'm sick of it.
He's gonna beat Hogan's record. He's gonna beat it.
All right, fine. Let him beat Hogan's record and then drop the belt. I don't give a fuck. Okay, nobody fucking cares anymore except you. You silly fuck. Now we get Bobby Lashley in the ring, and the crowd is chanting his name. Lashley says it didn't need to end this way. Why are we talking about Bobby Lashley? My fault. Let me just skip to the end. Bobby Lashley is a loser, and Austin Theory is going to kick his fucking ass. That's the reality of this whole situation. Lashley comes out talking something, He tries to act like a perfect baby face. He tries to get on the mic, but it's pathetic. Every word he says on a microphone is absolutely fucking pathetic. I don't believe anything he says. When Austin Theory fights him next week, or whenever they fight, Austin Theory's going to kick his ass. And that's all I got to say about this. Do you guys have any comments on this? Grades? Anything?
I did say that Bobby Lashley was the second babyface on that show, and Cody was one. But now that Cody's injured, Bobby may just take the number one slot. But you're right, he can't talk a lick. I wasn't feeling it for shit. I wasn't interested in what Bobby Lashley was saying. I'm not even feeling that stupid podium with that stupid entrance at all. Nothing was even remotely interested in this whole promo or whatever. Theory to me, it keeps saying the same thing over and over. I heard this last week with Mustafa Ali. I heard it with The Miz the week before that. It's nothing new. It's the same lines. It's just different people and a different day and a different arena. I'm really tired of seeing it. I'm just going to give it half a star here.
I love it. All right, half a star. I'm giving it a 0 star. The only thing worse than this shit, and I didn't even grade it anything, even though Theory came off good, it's just, it's not for me.
It's the same. It's repetitive.
He's not good on the mic, so there's no build-up. Like, there's no build-up. You can't build something up if you can't talk. It's that simple.
I'm saying, how can, listen to this, how can you have a superstar like Theory try to at least carry someone that can't talk? It's impossible.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely impossible because he's too green to do that. But the only thing worse than a fucking Bobby Lashley promo is when Dominic Mysterio comes to the ring with his father to have a match with Veer Mahan. This match ends in DQ. Veer Mahan wins. We come back from another commercial break because, of course, why wouldn't they go to commercial break during the shittiest match of the night? All right, Veer's dominating Dominic. Dominic fights back, but Veer eventually wipes him out with a $1 million clothesline. Veer sets up for a cervical clutch, but Rey Mysterio attacks him from behind, thankfully ending this fucking shitty match. Another 0 star for me. It's just complete trash. I have absolutely zero interest in this storyline. I have zero interest in Veer Mahan. I never want to see Dominic Mysterio ever again in my life. Jay, what do you think?
This was horrible. A horrible workout by Dominic Mysterio. A horrible 619 that he did. His father had to make up for it and do the real one and interfere in this match, which led to a DQ. This is no rating from me whatsoever.
Yeah, same here. Dave, what say you, Dave?
You already know how I feel about Mahan, so I can care less.
Okay, moving on. We get a commercial break. The Judgment Day makes their way to the ring. We get replays of showing us the Judgment Day's victorious battle at Hell in the Cell. And then, of course, we get, the Judgment Day actually coming out, consisting of Edge, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley. They are in the ring, and Ripley and Priest talk about how important Edge has been in getting to the level of competence. The crowd gives them the what chant. Edge says someone was paying attention to his greatness last night. And he says, Finn Balor. Finn Balor makes his way to the ring. Balor says he has been made to see clearly. The Judgment Day allows him to shed all restraints. Damian Priest says now they have one less restraint to get rid of. Edge is shocked. They attack Edge. Priest hits him with a South of Heaven. They knock Edge out of the ring. Priest hits him with a crucifix powerbomb through the table. They rip a pipe off a steel chair and put it in Edge's mouth before pulling back. Ripley scares the WWE officials back with a chair. Balor hits the coup de grace, and Priest connects with a one-man concerto. And this was a shocking moment because I didn't see this coming. I thought Finn was just going to join the Judgment Day, and we were going to see the stable enhance. But from everything I heard throughout the day, today, they need a new babyface because Cody's gone. He's going to be gone 4 to 6 months. So, who sells merch? Edge. But when does he sell merch? When he's a face. So how do you make him a face? You turn on him. And that's what they did tonight. Simple. Point simple. This was a go-to decision. Like, they made this decision in the last 24 hours. Maybe even 48 hours. They might have made this decision on Sunday the second they found out about Cody's surgery. Because WWE always has backup plans. They have to have backup plans. Because in this business, you never know who's going to go. You don't believe me? Just look at the last 3 weeks in pro wrestling. We've lost CM Punk, Randy Orton, and now Cody Rhodes. In just the last 3 weeks. 3 guys who are all on my top 10 are now no longer on the top 10 because they're no longer active wrestlers. It's a top 10 for active wrestlers. The 3 guys I just named aren't active wrestlers anymore. So I got to update my list. You guys probably have to update your list. But it was just crazy to see this come out of left field. because it was unexpected. We thought this whole thing with Judgment Day was going to be a long-going, stable, long-term storyline, but it's still going to be long-term. And what's going to end up happening is Edge is going to destroy the Judgment Day. That's what all this is going to be, to build up Edge and make him an even bigger badass. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know what, but I don't see Finn Balor ever being on Edge's level. I don't see Damian Priest ever being on Edge's level. And I certainly don't see a Rhea Ripley ever being on Edge's level. So that's my take on it. I think long term, they did this to now really push Edge as a fucking face. And he's going to destroy the Judgment Day probably over the next month or two. What do you guys think? I didn't grade this yet. I want to hear your grades and then I'll decide maybe. Jay?
I guess this is what I was saying before we even did this episode, that Raw to me had its ups and downs and it's weird stuff, and this was the weird stuff to me. I think they accidentally pulled the trigger on this. This reminds me of what they did with the Hurt Business. It was too soon to break them up, and we all know how that went. Now I see those two as jobbers. I don't even see them for who they are, even though they're very both talented, and Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. When's the last time you ever seen Shelton Benjamin on TV? Don't. So, with that being said, just overall, I don't understand it. It's not something that I would have done. I think I would have used this opportunity to build a star, or even try to have someone else fit in the role. I can name 5 other wrestlers that could do it. I do not like the decision as Finn Balor. I know we spoke about in previous episodes how Finn Balor will be a real good addition to the group because he has that demon persona, and it'll be really eerie and be mysterious, kind of like the Ministry back in the Undertaker and the Attitude Era days. But when I seen Finn there standing with Ripley and Priest, it just doesn't go. It looks weird. I don't know if he's can carry it. No offense to what he did to the Bullet Club and how he built that, but that was a different time back then, and now it's a different ball game with a different audience. Not as the same as New Japan. I just don't see him as the guy. I thought Edge was perfect. Like I have spoke with Dave with this earlier about how I thought a group was basically made, in my opinion, to make stars get over, to build stars, and we've seen it. And I, it's just too soon to say Priest and Ripley are stars. We need to give them time, at least, a year or two on Ripley, and at least 2 to 3 on Priest. It's just too soon. It's only been a month, and now we're just pulling the trigger. I think it's just a complete waste. It was a good presentation when it started. I didn't even like Ripley talking in this promo, to be honest. It didn't really cut to me. I thought Priest once again stands strong. He has that confidence. I think he's more confident in the mic than he's ever been, and it just showed here again. But overall, I just don't see Finn as the one leading this. But it was a great promo. I'd say it overall in general. I like how Edge reacts. I like how everything went down, even the Razor's Edge on the table. So I'm gonna give it 4.
All right, Dave, what are you grading this shit show?
I'll probably give it a 3.5 just for the shock factor. Didn't expect that to happen. The way it went down, I was happy because my prediction was right, because I think I was the one that said it first. Finn Balor was going to be the one to join them. So I was happy with that. But you can see it's obvious it was a last minute thing. I think that if it was more planned, Finn probably would have been better prepared, probably had a different attire or something. He still was wearing the same attire. It is what it is. We know why it happens. I'm not crazy about it because that's why I was kind of disappointed with the Seth thing, because at least with Seth, it made more sense, and you know, Seth could sell merch too. He could turn, you know, he's one of the best faces there was before, so he could do it, you know, and you wouldn't have to break up this group that you just started. Now it's like that group is pointless. I mean, yes, Finn has led a group before, but it was a different style of group. It wasn't the same kind of group. It was different. This one's different because it's more like has a dark tone to it. Yeah, it has the same idea that they're rebellious, but it didn't have the same dark undertone where it's like kind of like a demonic type of like scary type of thing, whatever. So I don't know if he's gonna fit that build. If he's gonna be demon all the time, it doesn't even make sense for him to be demon all the time. So, but that's my take. I think it is what it is because of the situation at B, and it sucks because it breaks something up that it shouldn't be broken up. But we all know why it's done, and now we got to see what it's gonna lead to.
All right, here's my take on it. I don't give a shit. Fuck this fucking segment. It was stupid. You broke up a stable that had potential. The only thing that's going to come from this, like I said, is first of all, we shouldn't even waste any more time ever talking about Judgment Day again, because they just went from being a good stable to a shit stable overnight. And what they are now is they're a jobber stable, whether you want to admit it or not. Finn Balor's been a certified jobber for the last few months, if not the last few fucking years, on some level, jobbing out to all kinds of motherfuckers all over the fucking world at any given moment. They tell him you're losing here. He has a run for a second. He's a fucking loser the last couple of years. And this is sad because he's the first Universal Champion of all time. But that's the direction they went with him. So, now, what do they need? They need to make a fucking switch. They need somebody to be back babyface. How do we do that? How they did it tonight. Because now Edge is going to... And you know what? I don't even think he's going to go back to his traditional babyface. I think he's still going to be dark. But... He's going to get cheered because he's going to be going against the faction that turned on him. I don't know what it's going to lead to. And honestly, I'm not even too curious about it. I think there's bigger things to worry about. And it's funny because I also think that I called out Finn Balor first too. Let me get my assistant and we can fact... Oh wait, I don't have one. So maybe one day we can watch a replay and see who said it first. Because I'm pretty sure I said two... I know I said it early, maybe not before you. I can't confirm. I think I did, but Finn Balor the Demon. But that's dead in the water now. Finn Balor the Demon does not work without Edge the leader. It just doesn't. So no matter what the Demon can do or the Bullet Club can do, the Bullet Club don't work with a lot of different members. Without Kenny, without AJ, without all this other shit, you know, Jay White or whoever the fuck, you know, all these members that they have, it don't work. It's not going to work with Damian. It's not going to work with Rhea. So, to me, that stable just lost all its credibility. It's just dead in the water already. And they're just going to be used to job out to Edge over the next couple of months. Because you know Edge ain't going to let this shit go. If we know Edge over the last 20 years, we know Edge doesn't let things go. Right? Does he let things go? I don't think so. So, we know that this means war. So maybe we're going to get a new stable from Edge. Or maybe he's just going to take these guys on by himself. Maybe he's going to team up with AJ Styles. Imagine Edge joins AJ Styles and then he joins the Bullet Club. But AJ's Bullet Club? Not Finn's Bullet Club. AJ's Bullet Club. Does that tickle your fancy a little bit or no?
I think you're living a dream.
You're going
I agree with
to
you.
the club? That's what they call it? The club?
I gave this whole thing a 3-star. 3-star. After this, we get a commercial break. We get another replay showing us what the Judgment Day just did, turning on Edge, blah, blah. Omos versus Cedric Alexander. Omos coming out with MVP. The bell rings and Omos immediately hits a tree slam for the win. Winner by pinfall, Omos. Then the Dirty Dogs come out for an interview. No grade, right? No grade? I know that. No grade. No grade. Garbage.
It was a squash match.
Trash. Winner by pinfall, Omos. Dirty Dogs come out for an interview, but MVP accuses them of trying to steal Omos's thunder. Dolph Ziggler then super kicks MVP off the stage into Omos. I appreciated that super kick, but it made no sense. But it made no sense. Dirty Dogs then run off, and Omos chases them, looking all slow and stupid. Otis will battle Ezekiel next. Commercial break. We come back, we see Otis versus Ezekiel with Chad Gable by his side. Otis attacks Ezekiel at the sound of the bell. Otis levels him with some nasty shots. Ezekiel fights back, but Otis powers him down. Ezekiel eventually fights back and pins the enormous Otis with a crucifix pin. Winner by pinfall, Ezekiel. After the match, Ezekiel says he came up short in one of the biggest matches of his young career. Ezekiel wants a rematch against Kevin Owens next week. KO comes out, says I'll give him a rematch next week, but Ezekiel first has to admit that he's Elias. Ezekiel does admit that he's Elias, so Owens celebrates wildly and grants the rematch. Ezekiel says he took a page out of Owens' playbook and lied. Ezekiel then knees him in the face and runs off. I thought this was well done. Funny, and again, like I said, remember, we talked in the Hell in a Cell, and I said this shit show will continue. It's going nowhere. They're going to fight again, and again, and again. It's like a circus. They're on tour right now. And the circus is in fucking town, baby. It's prime time. What are you grading this match with Ezekiel? Dave, Jay, whoever. Let's get through this shit. 0?
It was quick.
Dave?
It was quick.
1, 2?
Half?
I give it a 1 star. 1 star. That's it. It was kind of fun. Nothing crazy. The Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, makes her way to the ring. We go into commercial replays or shown of Judgment Day turning on Edge again. Turning on Edge again. They want to let you know that Judgment Day has turned on Edge. It's breaking news. Because they have no longer the countdown to Cody. They no longer have the Cody Rhodes segment to give you on Monday Night Raw. That shit is over. So now you got to get used to knowing that Edge was betrayed by the Judgment Day, and now this is the main fucking story we're here to fucking tell. Because we're out of fucking stories. Here we go with the Fatal 4-Way match. Alexa Bliss versus Doudrop with Nikki fucking ASS. And yes, I said ASS. Because Nikki is ass as of late. Versus Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The moment I saw this match, I knew Rhea Ripley would win without question, without hesitation. But because of what happened tonight, Rhea Ripley's not winning this match against Bianca. Edge will make sure of that. I promise you, Edge will find a way to screw Rhea Ripley out of this match to continue and further that story. Rhea's not winning this match. Before this whole Edge thing happened, I was thinking, if Rhea wins tonight, yeah, maybe she could beat Bianca. But now, nah. She's in the whack Judgment Day now. She ain't winning shit. That's my take. And I'm not even going to talk about the match. Rhea Ripley won by pinfall. We're going to have a championship match against Bianca Belair. Finn Balor and Damian Priest were standing alongside Ripley. Edge's voice is heard on the entrance music for them. The match will happen at Money in the Bank. Are you guys grading this match? Obviously, I'm sure you're not surprised with the outcome. What did you think, Dave? You started us off on this shit show.
I really didn't care for this match.
Didn't care. I like it. Jay?
Well, I was actually watching the match, guys.
Yeah.
They do have my girl Liv Morgan on.
I was watching the match. You want to hear my notes? I don't give a fuck about the notes because I knew who was going to win.
But
pretty much.
Once again, this leads to last night with the Hell in a Cell. This Rhea Ripley looks extremely weak in this match. She was not strong. I thought Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss was the stars of this match. Alexa Bliss had the sunset bomb on Ripley. Doudrop had the sit down powerbomb.
Wait a second. Is this the same Alexa Bliss that's on your list?
You know, you got to give it a Doudrop with the Mitchell driver on Liv. But overall, got it. What's going on with Rhea Ripley? The group is supposed to elevate her, but I see it's bringing her more down than when she was tag team with Liv Morgan.
That's harsh.
We all knew that Bianca Belair needed someone that she needs to get over, and it looks like Rhea Ripley is that part, and this even makes her extremely weak when she loses. So I don't like it at all, but I give this match a 2-star just for some of the spots that Liv and Bliss did.
What are you grading the show, Jay?
The show overall? Well,
Dave's holding his head over here.
You gotta think There's a 5-star there. There's a 4-star.
Here we go. Just give me the number.
Like I said, I saw ups and downs and weird stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 2.
2, Dave, what did you see?
1, I give it. This
Yeah,
nice.
I agree with Dave tonight. This Monday Night Raw, I give it a 1 star for the 1 star that I saw, which is Cody Rhodes, and he's no longer on Monday Night Raw, so I really worry about next week's grade. That's all I gotta say for Monday Night Raw. It was a shit show. The promo to open up was good, but then, you know, everything they did with Edge and the Judgment Day, complete trash. Every match in between was complete fucking trash. I didn't see a lot of pro wrestling. I saw a lot of bullshit, a lot of segments, a lot of commercials, a lot of nonsense. And the match with Rhea Ripley, the only thing that was impressive is when she hit the Riptide on Doudrop. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Like I said, pre-Judgment Day breakup, I would have said Rhea Ripley had a good chance to win this match against Bianca. As of yesterday, her chances of winning that match at Money in the Bank are fucking 0. I guarantee it. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank.
She couldn't even pick up the drop. She messed up. It was horrible. That's why I said it.
I you know why I liked it though? Because it meant the match was over and I could go to sleep. So for that, I'll even give that a 1 star. Sure, that was 1 star. Just because it ended.
I do want to say, Jay earlier said that Bobby Lashley is the next face. That's all we got left, and
well, that's pretty fucking. We might not even have to watch it anymore.
That's pretty scary if that's the only thing we have left.
Don't worry,
that's scary.
Don't worry, Bray Wyatt should be back. Hopefully, we need somebody.
Though.
Who cares?
Gonna come back as a face?
We need people. We need them now, man. Because Bobby Lashley ain't gonna cut it. All right, Finn Balor ain't gonna cut it. As funny as KO is,
we need Braun Breaker.
As funny as KO is, there's nothing he can do. Nothing he can do to save this show right now.
Braun Breaker can save it.
Braun Breaker couldn't fucking save a cockroach that was about to get stepped on by Marty Jannetty. He couldn't do a fucking thing.
Time. It's Breaker time.
Breaker ain't shit.
What do you think John Cena's gonna do?
Babble.
If he's actually having a run,
he's gonna babble.
Where do you think he's gonna go?
I hope not.
I think he's going after Theory.
I'm calling John Cena to win Money in the Bank.
Nah, I ain't gonna go that far.
He's got think about it though. They are hating on Ric Flair though. So what better way to really rib Ric Flair than to just say, "Hey, you cocksucker? Okay, your record's dead in the water, John. Happy birthday." You really think that's not even a small possibility? With as much as they love John Cena, I don't care what you say. There's a 1% chance. There's always a chance.
Unless if Roman's not the champion, then maybe. But if it's against Roman, nah.
Listen, Vince is getting dementia. He's getting stupider and crazier by the fucking minute. Yo, for all we know, he could wake up tomorrow. He could wake up tomorrow, call Mick Foley, and tell, "Hey, you want to go one more run?" Like, come on.
He's not human, okay? He's an alien. He's in perfect health. He's 78 and he's probably healthier than all 3 of us combined.
Maybe, but
that's
not the point. His body may be in shape, but his mind is fucking gone. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Who gives a shit about physical shape if you don't even know what fucking day it is? Like, they probably have to remind them that it's Monday. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you can laugh all you want.
Come on, bro.
What?
I doubt that.
Yo, he's mad old, bro. The dementia's real.
You act like he's like 90 and senile.
Look at the state of the WWE. Look at the state of the WWE over the last 10 years, man. We have been witness to some of the shittiest moments.
Because he allows these writers to do their writing.
Yeah, because the dementia is settling in. It's over, man. Vinnie Mac, you out there, baby? God, I wish we could send you back 10 years. 20 even. And that Vince was prime, man. Prime Vince was something else.
Attitude era Vince.
Prime Vince. McMahonism, Dave. Screw on to others before they screw on to you. Jay, do you know about the McMahonism? His own religion. Did you ever hear him cut that promo? I want you to have homework
mention
tonight.
them,
You have homework tonight, Jay. Because tomorrow night after our
I do.
AEW recap, I'm going to ask you, what do you think about the Vince McMahon McNanism promo? I want to hear what you have to say about it.
Till next time.
Jay's out. This has been Monday Night Raw. It's Wrestling with Savage. Raw was a complete shit show. You didn't miss anything. Hopefully you watched the results here. If not, maybe next time. Like, click, subscribe, share.
The like button.
Maybe I can convince Jay to have one more wrestling match. Jay, you want a match? I want to bring back the LRW. Do you remember the LRW? Dave can't compete. He's far away. But what do you think, Jay? Can we have one more classic in Astoria Park?
Maybe.
Maybe. Do you guys want to see a match between me and Jay? Let us know in the comments. All right?
Wow.
We'll talk about it.
Peace
Talk
out.
about it. Don't worry, I won't powerbomb you through a table this time. Everybody have a good night.
It's gotta be for a title.
Oh, we got titles. I got 5 of them.
The AEW. You should go for the AEW.
Honestly, Jay could have that piece of shit. That title. Piece of shit. Not the real title, this title. This fake shit title. Fucking trash. I gotta return that. I'm sending it back to UPS tomorrow.
Let's go.
Wrestling with Savage. What? Shout out to Crittext for making my theme song. Thank you, guys.